Once you finish setting up your Adobe Analytics instance with DemandBase, it's important to know how to test and troubleshoot your integration. The first step to testing your integration is to simply navigate to one of your pages. This page should have your Adobe Analytics scripts on it and should be set up to push demand-based data into your Adobe Analytics. Here, I fired up a local server to demonstrate. Before we actually begin testing the integration, we'll want to make sure to clear our cookies from the page. This is due to the nature of the Adobe Analytics connector itself. The connector only collects data on the first page visit and then cookies that data thereafter. To do this, I'll right-click on the page and click Inspect. Once our Chrome DevTools is open, I'll click on the Application tab and then open up the cookies and clear the one on the page. Once we finish this, we can then move on to actually testing the integration. The first step is to install the Adobe Digital Pulse Debugger tool. I already have it installed for the purpose of this video, so I'll go ahead and open it up. When I open up my Adobe Debugger and scroll down, I'll see that there's an s_dmd base and s_dmd base_custom variable. Both of these variables have demand-based data inside of them, as you'll see right here. Seeing the data in the Adobe Digital Pulse Debugger is enough to ensure that the integration is working properly. If you do not see the data inside of the Adobe Digital Pulse Debugger, then there may be something wrong with your integration. You'll want to inspect a couple things to make sure that there's nothing wrong. First, you can right-click your page and click Inspect. This will fire up your Chrome Developer Tools. When you've clicked Inspect, you want to make sure that in the head of the page you have the two demand-based scripts that are necessary. The first script should be a .min.js file. The second script should be the actual API call to DemandBase. Finally, you'll also want to make sure that your scode.js file is also on the page. Once you've confirmed that you have both demand-based script tags and your scode on the page, the next step would be to confirm that your dimensions are set up properly inside of your evars. There's a simple way to do this. You can hit Command-Option-F on a Mac or Control-Shift-F on a Windows machine, and then typing in DMD base. When you've typed DMD base into the search bar, you'll want to click into your .min.js file. When you click into it and then inspect the actual dimensions in the evars, you'll want to make sure that each dimension here in both of the evars is consistent with the mapping that exists in your Adobe Analytics Report Suite integration. If you confirm that the mapping is not correct or has some discrepancies, that could be the cause of inaccurate data. If you notice a discrepancy between your dimensions and the mappings inside of your Adobe Analytics Report Suite, this could be the cause of a discrepancy in your data or data loss in general. Finally, you'll last want to check that the actual lengths for each of your dimensions is appropriate. So for instance, if I were to give company name only 5 letters, then I should notice that company name tends to come back in the Adobe Digital Pulse Debugger. If this is the case, you'll need to update the max string length for your dimensions to ensure that the data pushes through properly into your Adobe Analytics instance. If you've gone through all of these troubleshooting steps and still do not know why your data is not showing up in the Adobe Digital Pulse Debugger, then you'll want to contact your demand-based representative to resolve the issue.